All right, little new. How's it going?
Yo, what you on, broski?
Man, just grinding. You out here, you know what I'm saying, knocking this work out left and right, man. I see you out there in Chicago, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it going on, man. You got a lot of nice music I was checking out right before we did this interview.
Yeah, man, I just been on the same type of time, just working, staying in the studio, trying to stay out the way. You know?
That's what's up, man. Well, I don't think you have too many interviews out there, and I thought we'd just like to get into your story a little bit, let the fans get to know you a little bit better. So I got a lot of followers who, who aren't from Chicago. I got a large drill following also, but I also got a large Cali following, so they probably don't know too much about, the newer Chicago artists coming up. So, for the people who don't know, where are you from?
I'm from the east side of Chicago. You could say, East Side Crime Family. Shit, motherfuckers say I'm from 75th, I'm from 79th, like Herb Hood, shit like that, in that area.
Okay, and so the east side is kind of below the south side, to the east a little bit?
Nah, it ain't even like that. It's just like our era came up with our own, like, I don't even know how to explain.
We close to the lake. That's the only way you can explain.
Yeah, like we close to the lake. So like our era came up on the map, like Cottage Grove is the east side, but hell nah, we made it to where like Stony the Rainbow from like probably from like what 68th to like what
68 to like from
like
Lakeshore start to like I don't know like 87.
Yeah, our era just came up with our own shit. So
everything past Stony from 67 to 95th.
Yeah, east side for real.
Okay, and what was it like for you growing up there?
Shit, really, it was regular, but it was. I was trying to do some other shit. I wasn't even trying to gangbang. I was trying to play sports, but it's like when you around so much shit, and it's like everybody I know in the street. So I was just trying to do something different for my peoples, cause I already know what the streets lead to. So I was just trying to do something different. But shit, it led me all back to here. Shit, now I'm rapping and shit, and shit, it is what it is. You can't run from it. It's just like certain niggas, you either gonna be built for this shit or it's gonna break you down. You gotta live up to this shit, and if you don't, motherfuckers gonna take advantage of you out here.
You mentioned playing sports. What sports did you play?
Shit, I played everything. I hooped, I played football, I played baseball. It's just like my big brother, he introduced me to sports, but shit, we going to practice, but shit, after practice, we going straight to the block. But then my big brother, he ended up getting booked for a body. So shit, when he got booked for the body, I was just trying to do it for him. He keep going, cause he fighting the body. So shit, but shit, it's just like the streets was just like it was too accessible for me. So like I'd be mad as hell trying to do something different, but when I'm coming back to the crib, I'm coming right back to the block. So it's just like it's looking like everything going good on the football side, but in reality, I'm in the streets, I'm hustling, trying to make this shit happen, Gotta eat.
Were you rapping at this time?
Hell nah, I ain't gonna lie. I just started rapping like 6 months ago. I wasn't even doing it for real at first. It was just like, how you just get high and just be rapping. I wasn't doing that shit at first, but then that's when I caught a little wave. I didn't even know the little Wicked in the Rack was gonna go up. I caught a little wave. Phone was telling me like, boy, that shit gonna go up. That shit hot. So we just shot the video in the hood. That bitch ended up going up. I think that bitch did like 30K in one day. And that was only my third song that was out. It did like 30K in one day. So now it's just like, it's a lot of labels reaching out to me, people trying to snatch me up. But right now, I'm just waiting on the perfect time, Everything gonna work out.
I hear that. That's what's up. Good shit, man. You mentioned you grew up in G Herbo's hood. Did you ever see him like come through the block when you were a kid or anything?
Shit, like sometimes, but like I was super younger, so like from like I go over there, I see all the guys, like certain members, and then that's when shit, you ride through the hood, you see everybody outside and shit. He was big, so you would see him, but then I ain't jump off the porch over there. That's my brother in them hood. I really jumped off the porch on East Side Crime Family, TTD, on Fulham. That's our shit right there. So I jumped off from right there. But folks folks originally from right there though. You know, he originally from our shit, but it's just like, it just everybody tied in, like all them, a majority of they ass over there, all them majority like my cousins and shit like that. So it's just like, it's a lot of ties, like, you know.
I hear that, man. Okay, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Shit, on my pop side, I'm the oldest, but on my mama's side, I got 3 brothers and 1 little sister.
Were your parents in the streets at all when you was a kid?
Hell yeah, like everybody in my family was in the streets. Like that's how I learned the game. Like my OG, I had a real OG, so that's why I moved different. I ain't out here just broadcasting everything. You got to move a certain type of way out here, cause you know it's the internet era and them people watching. You see what's going on, and they attacking us as black people. You know, so shit, you gotta stay out them people way and move a certain type of way. So shit, I was lucky. A lot of shorties out here ain't got that. They ain't got that OG standing over them, telling them move this type of way. And my OGs was in my ear, shit, from the time like shit since I was born, shit. So I ain't really had like a time to like, oh, you off the porch. Like I was born off the porch, like on the gas. Like my OG smacking the shit out of me. We in traffic. I'm 8 years old. I ain't paying attention to the cars. I ain't paying attention to what's going on in the streets. She smacking the shit out of me. Like, you got to know what's going on out here, or you going to be lost out here, you know?
What are some things your mom taught you? You know what I'm saying? Being that young, I mean, that's young to be learning about the streets.
Shit, she just, like, real young. We was going through shit. So, like, I remember one time I'm in a raid. We was in a raid, like, young as hell. Like, they kicking in the doors and shit. She just telling me, like, first thing you ask for is a lawyer, shit like that. She like, if they come in here, if they raid the crib, they need paperwork. She like, you should be able to read the paperwork and tell if they got a valid reason to be in here, why they in here, what they looking for. It was a lot of little shit like, don't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. Whatever you doing, keep it to yourself. If you do something, do it with the same crowd. Like, it was a lot of little shit. So by the time like I really jumped off the porch, like, and really got out here, I was already advanced and moving different than a lot of people.
You felt like that helped you a lot, you know, in the streets, staying safe and maybe staying out of trouble too?
Yeah, it definitely helped me, but I told you, like I was playing sports, so the shit that my homies not seeing, I was raw at that shit, so I'm going OT. I'm going OT seeing all these rich ass white folks and my homies and shit, they rich as hell, so I'm coming back to the block trying to tell phone them like, folk, we got some other shit outside this, for like, we could do some other shit outside this, but it's just like, you gotta do what you gotta do to get out this shit, and then shit, when certain shit start happening, you gotta stand up, you gotta rise to it, or motherfuckers gonna eat you alive.
At what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
I wouldn't even say I jumped off the porch at a certain age, cause I've been in this shit. It was just like, when I started claiming the hood, like, I was just like, I'm in phone them shit, but shit, we all out there. We just gang banging bad as hell. So then, like, it just went from like shorty from No Limit to shorty from 75th. So when it went from that, for them like, for you from right here, for this what the streets saying, for. So it's just like what the streets go off for. So like once you around certain motherfuckers, it's just like they gon' get on that, for. Ain't no not hanging around and saying like, oh, you not from right there. Ooh, you just be with them. If you with them, you with that shit. So motherfuckers gonna get on your ass.
Is there any particular situation growing up that you were like, okay, this shit is real right here? Anything that you seen or went through?
Hell yeah. Like I'm like 12. I'm like 12. Shit, my OG doing shit in the streets. She got a name and shit like that. So it was just like, I wouldn't say she got her guard down, but some niggas got up on us. Ooh, they tried to get down. They tried to rob us, but they ain't really do shit. But they like, it hurt me because motherfuckers pistol whipped my OG in front of me, tied her up, all type of shit. So then after that, it just showed me like this shit survival of the fittest. Like my OG was the first one when I was 12. She bought me a pipe. Like, yeah, like you need this bitch. Like, it is what it is. Like, anytime you need it, it's right here. You know, it's just like it's survival of the fittest. And I don't even like broadcast the streets of shit, cause it's more to life than this shit. But shit, it is what it is. Once you in this shit, you got to rise to the challenge, folks.
Was your dad around at all during this time?
Hell nah, my daddy wasn't really in my life. Like, he'd come get me when I was younger, like, here and there, but like I ain't really had no daddy in my life. But like he cool. He cool. Like I talk to him now. Like he cool. I talk to him now. He give me good advice on shit. But a lot of times it don't be too late. But a lot of times it just be like, shit, you only get one daddy. So I just lock in with him, listen to him here and there, talk to him here and there.
What was high school like for you?
Shit, high school was shit. That shit was bust for us. I ain't gonna lie. We won them shorties that wasn't trying to go to school. Shit, we was in school. Shit, we played sports. Shit, we was gang banging, fucking the hoes. We was doing everything. We fighting. Shit, we doing everything. Shit in school. It was just fun for us. Like shit, we get into it with the ops at school. Ops coming up to the school. Shit like that. But shit, it was just like. Shit, motherfuckers, we gonna get that degree. That's what I try to tell all my shorties. I mean, not degree. We gonna get that high school diploma. That's what I try to tell like all my shorties. Like, school too easy nowadays. So shit, all you gotta do is go online, shit, and complete the little courses. At least do that. Do that shit for your family or something, you know.
So you graduated?
Hell yeah, I graduated. Majority of my crowd graduated, but like my big brothers, they ain't graduated. Like a lot of the older guys ain't graduated from school, cause you know we was just that generation of that era that was able to go to school, you know?
Yeah, man. That's what's up. That's good shit, man. So you graduate high school?
Hell yeah.
What do you do with yourself when you graduate high school?
Shit, when I graduated high school, I went to college, shit. On the gas. I played, hell yeah, I went to Kentucky State. They gave me like a little partial scholarship and shit like that, but like, that shit wasn't what it seemed out to be. From everybody else, everybody know, like, they know my story, so the people close to me like, damn, Luna, you going to college, that shit big. So like, even when I tried and I still ended up back on the block, everybody around me still saluted me and congratulated me for even trying that shit, for even going, cause it's like once you go out there, it's cool, but it's just like having survivor's remorse. You at the crib, but for them still in the trenches, for them shit, they still out here trying to survive and do shit like that. So it's just like having survivor's remorse. But like the reason I dropped out was cause shit, like I just that COVID shit happened. Like once that COVID shit happened, motherfuckers started getting money, motherfuckers started doing this. That's when motherfuckers started telling me like yeah, man, if you don't want to do this shit, yo, I just need to stay at home. Like my coaches and shit tweaking with me, like they and that motherfucker like, you a thug, you got gang banging tattoos on you and shit. Ooh, like a lot of coaches was racist and shit towards me because they know my background, but the head coach was rocking out with me. But I just ended up leaving that bitch. Okay,
all right, and then so that's kind of like when you started taking music serious, I take it.
Hell nah. Like I probably had a song during that time when I dropped out of college, but I stopped. Folks told me just keep getting money. He I played him my first song that shit weak, I ain't gonna lie, folks tell me that shit weak. But I ain't gonna lie, you need homies around you like that, cause there's a lot of niggas out here dropping weak shit, So it was just like, I just kept getting better. And he was the first nigga to tell me like, that Wicked in the Rack gonna go up, that shit raw as fuck is gonna go up on the guys. He the one brought me here to this engineer right here. Like I recorded that shit somewhere else. He like, nah, you gotta go here and record it. It's gonna sound better on the guys, and then we dropped that shit.
Don't phone them. Shout out Drew at Go House, man.
Phone them, Drew.
Man.
How do you feel about like the current state of drill music right now?
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with it. They got the little New York shit going on. And it just like, right now, it's just like, I feel like if you can make some money off that shit, go on and do it, cause a lot of waves, music changed so much. The wave might be over in 2 years off the drill music. You know, one thing could change the whole wave. So I just tell everybody with this rap shit, bro, fuck what everybody talking about. Just make your money and move militant in this shit. You know?
Yeah, I hear you, man. The waves definitely could change, man. Especially, you know, a lot of rappers getting locked up, shot, killed. You know, it's real rough for a rapper right now, man. You know, what do you think about everything going on in hip hop?
Man, in hip hop, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like a lot of this shit be fabricated, but I feel like once you start rapping, you could tell by how a nigga rapping if they really living what they rapping, or if they really in the trenches for real. You know, a lot of shit be fabricated, but at the same time, this shit entertainment. That's why I tell people, bro, make your money off this shit, move and just move militant. Stay out the way for all this internet cap and all that. It's gotta be super savage shit. That shit for the birds, for like if you savage and you like that, motherfuckers gonna know you like that. You ain't gotta portray no image or no shit like that. That's what I just tell everybody.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, you'd mentioned you grew up in the same neighborhood, the same area as G Herbo, man. Was he like big during that time? Like when you were growing up, like a heavy influence on your music and, you know what I'm saying, everything that was going on at the time?
Hell yeah. Like, shit, once that kill shit dropped for Herb and Bibby, it was like they got the east side, and then during that time, it wasn't no other really niggas rapping for real. So it was like, we from the east side, I ain't gonna lie, shorty them, they really set the rules for us, cool, coming up in this shit, like, just watching them, cool, you like, oh yeah, these the do's and don'ts, you listen, but before you even really in this shit, like, you know, shorty them, I ain't gonna lie, they heard been big to the city, like, even as independent, and him not signing no deal, Herb been like the number one in the world to the east side of Chicago, like, for real.
Kinda sort of, but not. Cause you got motherfuckers like Bump J and shit like that.
But that's the I ain't gonna lie, fool. I wasn't.
Probably our era.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You know, we've been like above, like past them.
But I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even hip to Bump J. Cool. I got hip to Bump J cause Shouty, fool. That's. Man. I wasn't hip to Bump, fool, on the guys, cool. I wasn't even hip to Bump on phone. I just got up on Bump J, like, cause he did a song with one of the guys from the hood. I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this? Like, I had heard of him before, but I wasn't never really hip to who he was and shit. And then I learned the history of this shit.
Growing up in that area, you know what I'm saying, on the east side and everything, you know, you mentioned your family was heavily in the streets. You know, how do you think all that affected you growing up? You know, was it like, you know, made you more aware? Was it like, you know what I'm saying, more prepared for everything?
Yeah, it definitely made me more prepared, because it's like certain people wait till they get out in the streets, and then the streets hit them. It's like the streets was at my doorstep, so like all the rules to this shit I had already knew, like not letting no nigga play with you, you know, keep your name clean, all that shit. Like, I knew that already, like, coming from the doorstep. So it's just like, once you get in the world, it just prepare you. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like growing up in the streets, it's just like, sometimes it make you better of a man than what you would have been growing up in another neighborhood. Cause a lot of times, just cause you grew up in a good neighborhood, that don't make you a stand-up nigga or a real nigga or no shit like that. I feel like a lot of times the streets put you in circumstances to where you gotta stand tall and be a real nigga. So it's just like certain shit. It make you better if you rise to the challenge, but you just gotta be ready for it.
What are some struggles you would say you had growing up in those conditions?
Shit, what you say the struggle was? Shit,
there wasn't really no struggles. I ain't gonna lie. With me personally, I ain't had no struggles. Shit, I had everything I needed.
Yeah, that's what I say the struggles was for real. Like, well, growing up, I say, cause I don't even know. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I say a struggle for a lot of niggas is like peer pressure. Like, I seen that growing up. Like, I seen niggas that know they ain't like that, or know they don't want to be that, but they gotta be that for the niggas around them, or niggas gonna look at you like you a bitch or something. Niggas gonna, man, he ain't like that. He don't need to be with us. So I seen niggas do shit and act like they that when they want that, you know?
Yeah, what did you think when you would see something like that go on?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I always been that nigga. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna tell you if you should do this, if you should do that, if you can move around, for it's more to life to this shit. Like, I ain't like, if you with this shit and you in this shit already, it is what it is. But if I see you like could take a different path, like that's just how it was with me in the hood. Like, I'm in this shit, but shit, phone them telling me, folk, take your opportunity, folk. If them schools call, if them colleges calling you, folk, telling you, folk, they want you, folk. Now I'm like, shit, folk, I want to go D1. I went D1 like double A or some shit like that, or D2, one of them bitches. But shit, I had D1 schools calling me, but like, it just like, shit, you still in the trenches. Like, it still is what it is. Like, nothing gonna change that. Like, people think just cause you got other opportunities, that don't change the shit at the crib. You ain't getting no money off that shit. Like, now niggas getting paid, but shit, we wasn't getting paid. I wasn't making no money out playing sports, so shit, you still got to do what you got to do in the streets to eat. So it's just like, it is what it is, and we ain't getting no jobs. So shit, motherfucker tried that we ain't getting no jobs. That shit dead.
What did you think about going to college? Did you like it? Are you planning on going back?
Man, hell, I ain't going back to college, but I ain't gonna lie, that shit was busting. You fucking all the hoes. They on your dick cause you from the rack, and like, I ain't gonna lie, it's street niggas on college campus. Like, you could tell, I feel like it's street niggas everywhere. You could tell the niggas who really from the trenches, they just on the campus, folks. So it was just like, everybody knew, like, shorty from the trenches, like, but he just on the campus trying to do something better. I feel like everything in life just about bettering yourself. Like, the streets, it is what it is. You just gotta build your shit brick by brick and then get out that shit. The number one rule of the streets is to get out the streets. A lot of shorties confused thinking you supposed to stay in this shit. I know niggas 35 on the block with motherfucking 18, 17-year-olds. That shit don't supposed to go like that. You supposed to be out this shit somewhat doing some other shit. So you just gotta have an end goal in this shit to get out this shit for real.
Yeah, I hear that, man. You know, do you feel like it's rough to get out of the streets, especially at a young age like that?
Yeah, I say it's rough now because the streets go off murder. The streets used to go off getting money. So it's just like, you was getting money to get out the streets. Now it's just like, it go off murder. Like, the streets controlled by murder shit. If you ain't like that, fo, niggas might think you a bitch and you really like that though. You know? It's just like, it go off showing your hand now. Like, you gotta show you a killer, or you gotta show you get like that, or niggas gonna play with you. So it's just like, back then it was different, but that's why I say, like, I feel like I'm in between for real, because I grew up with OGs, like, they telling me, folks, get the money and move along. But shit, my era, shit, it go off bodies and shit like that. Like, it go off murder. So shit, you just gotta be able to blend in this shit and don't get ate alive for real.
Man, that's what's up, man. Well, man, I like what you got going on, man. Your music, you know what I'm saying? I think you got a future. You know what I'm saying? What are your plans for the future, musically?
Musically, I plan on, I got an end goal with this shit. I ain't just doing it just to say I'm rapping. Like, rapping was never my passion, so shit, if they come give me some money with that shit, which I know they is, once they come give me some money and shit, I plan on building an empire. Like, I'm gonna get the ones around me. I gotta take care of a lot of people. So, and I still got people that's in the streets that shouldn't be in the streets, like old heads and shit like that. So I got a lot of people to take care of. I just want to take care of my people, put everybody in position to do something legal, you know. Put everybody in position, do something legal and shit. Build an empire off this shit. I could go from drill music shit to Jay-Z or some shit with endorsements and all that other shit, like investments. As long as you got a plan in this shit and you locked in, I think I can make it happen, no doubt.
Well, man, that's what's up, man. I hope everything works out for you. You know what I'm saying? I think, I think you got a good progression going with your music.
Hell yeah, that's good. I just gotta keep it, bro. See, I gotta stay in the studio, stay working, stay out the way, you know, and then all this shit gonna work out. It's all gonna come together.
Well, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, that's love, bro. Appreciate you too, though.
Yeah, for sure, man. We'll have to link back up in the future at some time.
Hell yeah, I got you. Hit me. Just hit me up. You know I'm gonna come through for you.
For sure.
All right. Appreciate it.